Good morning, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds. And as you see, I've got a nice, interesting title for us today. I've got a letter, and I have a box. Now, I'm going to open the letter first. Both of these go together, and I don't know if you can see that, but this comes from Hurt, Virginia. Does anybody know anybody from Hurt, Virginia? And that's that's the big question. Do any of you know anybody from Hurt, Virginia? That's the first biggie. And we'll be careful opening this because I don't want to ruin what's inside. Oh, looky. We've got additional cards for the these are additional cards for red, white, and blue racing. But wait a second. I don't have red, white, and blue racing. Oh, wait a second. This is a play games box. And yes, inside is wow, that is a thin box. I thought this was going to be thicker, but inside is this is red, white, and blue racing, guys. Yeah. The way I've seen this box, I thought this thing was huge. I thought this was a huge box. And at first I thought, man, they only sent me the bottom of the box. But here's all the instructions. I got the 2019 card set. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this. And this is something special. Let's see here. Rami. Oh wow! Look at that, ID Jester. How'd you get on there? Rob's on there. And there's OG. And there's D. Scott Howard there. Robbie Chester. Wow, there's Bobby. He gave me 2 sets of each one of these. Um, the funny thing is the only thing he didn't give me was my car. This is these are all the people that are participating in. Just so you know that these are all the people that are participating in the YRL. Uh, uh, the Yeah, and Rob's YRL race league, and um, the only number that he doesn't have, or the only person that I don't see on here, is mine, and mine was uh, number 64, and that would have been my car. I don't see that on here. So yeah, these are all the people that are in the YRL race league. So yeah, I'm interested to play this. I can't wait. I'm going to put these players in the box. Yeah, here's all the stuff. This is a lot smaller box than I thought would actually show up. I thought it was kind of like a Glory Days of Boxing or an Apple box, but it's, to tell you the truth, it's very, very small. So I'm shocked in that. But I'm looking forward to and ready to play some red, white, and blue racing. I'll have to read up on the instructions on that. But yeah, that's what came in the mail today. And the only thing Rob didn't give me was my own car. He gave me everybody else's car, but he didn't give me my car. So, but I'm sure that eventually I'll get it. The only thing is I was worried. Uh, I was worried that the box would be damaged because there's a big hole in the box. I got the 2019 season, Chris, and just so you know, Rob sent me the YRL playlist, and there you are, dude. No, car number 76. Yeah, you're right there. And at the other end, here's Rob in the 18 car. So yeah, the only car that I didn't get was my own, and mine's supposed to be 64. Yeah, not for long, bud. I have some other people that are, not only am I wanting to take you down, but I know other people are wanting to take you down. But yeah, it was nice to get an official letter from Rob. So yeah, it was very nice to get that. I'm I'm looking forward to playing. Um, Looking forward to getting into it. I'm wanting eventually to, when I play my races, what I want to do is I want to do half the field um, uh, original NASCAR drivers, and I want to do half the field my friends. So basically, if there was what I do is like two like preliminary rounds, or what you would call qualifying rounds, and then a race round where half the field is your NASCAR, and half the field is my friends in that. Um, so yeah, that would be really really neat. But like I said, look at that. That thing's super super thin. I thought it would be like a thick box like Apple or whatever, but it's not. It's really really thin. So I'm really really surprised. Uh, Play kind of shocked me. um, and Hey Chris, I do have a question. Did somebody give you the answer to your chess problem? Did somebody find out the answer? Just curious since you were here. See, I told Chris I mean, you have to check his last one of his last chess videos. He posed a problem, and I told him the first thing about his problem is that um, he needs to take the pawn out of commission first, because in the thing that he had, if the pawn goes three spaces, it becomes a queen, and once it becomes a queen, it can go anywhere and everywhere on the board, and black is history. So my thing was that black needs to get rid of the pawn first. You say, well, that's stupid, but yeah, in the scenario that he gave, it's the weakest. Yet in three moves, it will become the biggest. Yeah, that pawn is the kicker. That's what I figured. That's exactly what I figured, because, like I said, in that scenario that you got, um, that pawn in three moves can get a queen, and if it gets a queen, that queen can go anywhere and all over the place, which means you've got three moves to get rid of that pawn. Uh, I think that's the key. If you get rid of that pawn in three moves, and I don't know how you do it, and my thing I think would be using the knight to get rid of the pawn somehow. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, you got three moves to get rid of that pawn, because once that pawn gets to a queen, you're toast. So, and like I told you, Chris, I was playing. I downloaded. I recently downloaded chess for my computer, and I played my first game on this the other day, and right there, and I played chess the other day on this, and it shows you the hints in that, like where to place. I didn't necessarily go by that, but I actually beat the the computer, which that's kind of like my second win in chess. And the thing about it is, yeah, it was nice to have the hints and that, but I didn't go by the hints. Uh, but it I did beat the computer, and that was only the like I said, that was only the second time that I won a chess game. The first time I won was against my brother, and he thought, that he had me in check, and I said, wait a second, I can move this rook here, and in three more moves I beat him. So Uh, yeah, I actually found that board that you were talking about on Amazon, Chris, and it's a $30 board. And the reason why I like it is it has the letters and it has the numbers, and I like that because uh, it's the idea of practicing in that, and when you're in a real tournament, they'll say like queen to B4 or B8 or whatever it is, and there's actually somebody in those tournaments that writes whose job it is to write down all the moves and the positions and that, kind of like you have in a trial thing, which is a court reporter type thing. But they have a game kind of reporter type thing when they do chess tournaments and stuff. Uh, so yeah, it's pretty neat. Um, and I like your dingus versus dingus uh, thing. That's really neat. Uh, I mean, I would like to see that as a normal thing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just chess. I mean, the idea of you and your son going out and it says, and you can log the moves in a game to go back for reference. Yeah, um, because uh, that's the key with chess is studying where you made your mistakes so you don't make your mistakes again. Um, yeah, but I think the dingus versus dingus would be a good thing, and the idea of I think it would be neat for your son to show us the things that he's interested in, how his what his dad does when he tries to show him something that is of his generation that dad doesn't really know too well about, like programming a phone and stuff like that. Yeah, but um, and I had my second Friday night fight last night, Steve, and I mean not Steve, Chris. And the thing about it is, uh, the judges were seeing the fight one way, and I think the other fighter was had more punches, but the judges were seeing it another way. And if the fight would have gone the full 15, the opposite fighter would have won because the judges were kind of ruling in the favor of the other fighter. But it was stopped in the seventh round, and I'm not going to share with you who won, but check it out. It was Eddie McGordy versus Rocky Marciano, um, and it was a very, very, very good fight. Um, the thing is Graziano had a trait where he subtracted 5 from his opponent's stamina at the very beginning of the fight, and I don't know. I don't think that would have made a difference really if it had gone full 15. Um, so yeah. Well, guys, I hope your games in your games you get all the rolls that you want and need. I hope everything's the way you need it. Um, and I hope for baseball it's double ones and double 66s, and at least try to get that game into extras so that you can win. And if it's like Glory days of boxing. I hope you get TKOs or unanimous decisions or split decisions. Um, and I will see you next time. My next video that I know that I plan on is next Friday, but you know me, if I get like a box or a letter or something, I like to get on here and share with you what I got. Um, I do have to say that my StreamYard usage this time was literally that close to going beyond free limit. I had like you get 20 free hours, and after that you have to start paying uh, at least $20 a month. And I just was really, really close. I was within like 7 hours. I had like uh, 13. I had used like 13 or 14 hours of my time. Oh, yeah, I definitely do want to do that, Chris. Uh, it's it's a game that I see Rob play all the time, and I see the enjoyment that he gets from it. And this is my first play game. Yes, the first play game that I got. Um, so I'm really interested in learning how it goes.